All right, people. So we are going to talk about today what we're going to cover in the course, our aims, intentions, what we will accomplish at the end by the end of the course. Um, it's it's going to be an entire course on satanic mysticism. A mystic has direct communication with the spiritual realm. We did not adhere to doctrine. We used doctrine as a roadmap, as I voiced before. This is what gets us started on the road to self-evolution. And from there, we go off and we experience the stuff ourselves. We learn not from others, but from the entities with which we establish communication with. So we're going to cover all the grounds of meditation from beginner to intermediate to adept. By the end of this course, you will establish communication with the fallen angels. You will speak with the personal demonic guide. You will have a demon guide which will walk with you for the rest of your life. It will help protect you from incidents, circumstances, situations that may be, adverse to you. And there are a number of ways to do this. It puts thoughts to your mind to, kind of make you veer away from doing something you shouldn't do. Once you get to a certain level, once your heart chakra becomes active, you will feel it in here, whether something's right or wrong. So there are a number of ways you will receive guidance. However, you must get to this level of spiritual evolution in order to accomplish this. And we will cover all of that and more in the courses which we are presently studying. So we're gonna start with the basics. We would do first body relaxation, get the body ready, because when you're meditating, you have to be there for at least a half hour to an hour maybe. As you progress further and further, and you get to closer to the end of your call, which would be a demon call, to acquire this demonic guide, you then will have to call for like hour and a half, maybe a night, possibly 2 hours, and then it progressively grow. It will get pretty arduous towards the end. However, you will experience things before you get to this point. Even you can also break up the meditation 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes in the afternoon, 20 minutes or 40 minutes at night, but as you start, you start slow, 10 minutes, 15 minutes is good just to begin. You say prayers, and then you take it from there. You build as you go. You're not going to just the first night do 2-3 hours, that's not necessary. It's not going to happen. So we will guide you through all this. We will start with the body relaxation to get your body comfortable to be able to either sit in an asana for an extended period of time, or also the prostrate, because essentially what we do is it is a form of submission where you must prostrate, and you call it the force we're working with, right? But we get to all that. So this is just a quick overview of what we're going to be doing, what we're going to be experiencing. So once you get the body relaxation down, we're going to start doing energy, body work, breath work. With the breath, thoughts are things, and energy follows thought. So with the breath, when you breathe in, you're breathing energy, you're moving forces through your body, right? And so this is how we work with the chakras. This is how the chakras are activated. They're activated with the breath, with the mind, with intention. When you breathe in, energy comes to chakras, and you feel it, and you see it forming inside the chakra, and just opens them up. The more your chakras are open, the more your spiritual antenna rises, so to speak. And so when this happens, you start experiencing this stuff for yourself. It's very simple. There are no correspondences. There are no planetary hours. We don't give a heck about holidays, holy days, and superfluous things that religion just push on people to buy their trick or treats, and to buy their their Easter bunnies and stuff. That's fun for the kids, but that's not religion, and we don't need that. Okay, so we are going to bypass all that, just focus on the simplicity of meditation, the simplicity of clearing your mind, and the simplicity of calling these forces to work with them. After you get some experience in meditation, and we will then cover the demon call. The demon call will be, once you establish communication with an entity, you will call it unto you. However, before we get to this particular aspect of our course, you must first establish communication with one to get this name in order to call it upon you. We're going to cover that too. We're going to cover demonic communication, meditation, demonic communication, how to establish demonic communication, how to receive the name of a guardian and a guide, how to pray to it, how to call it unto you. The purpose of these forces are to, it's part of spiritual evolution, right? And so once we call them through the mode of communication, which we will show you, you then will be able to access this entity, these spirits, and call them forth. We will share with you also the methods of descending to the 7 hells. There are 7 hells, 10 palaces in hell. Once you ascertain the hell the demon that you're working with is from, through guided meditation, you will descend to that particular hell through the chi of death at Smoth, at Smallveth, and their pronunciation of it, depending on which dialect you're using. And go down there and bring that entity back up from the particular hell up into your body to the 9 angles, and you will acquire its power. You merge it. It's just kind of similar to what Aleister Crowley taught in his Bhakti Yoga, right? I believe it was Liber Astartes, where he taught that to worship an entity, a god, spirit, whatever, in order to absorb its power. And this is essentially along those lines. Vajrayana Buddhism has a similar practice where a Vajrayana master has a disciple, and he gives the disciple the name of God to call and an invocation to use with that particular entity, right? And so that's kind of similar. What we do, all mystics have the same teachings essentially. It's just the names and whatnot change according to time, circumstance, and location, right? So everything we're doing is similar to what others have done, although they have not expressed in such detail which we're doing now. There's some aspects to the teachings that are not given to the initiates. They're only given to the initiates of the higher orders. We are bypassing all that. We're giving everything out. You don't have to ever meet us. You don't ever have to join a lodge, a church, or anything. You are your own walking temple. You can become your own God. This is true. And you would never have to meet us. So what we are doing is we're putting everything on the table, right? And you will see and hear for yourself. You don't have to believe what I say. I believe what my initiates say. You will see it for yourself, right? And so what we're going to do is we're going to follow the instructions which I have in my book, The Satanic Manifesto, A Declaration of War. If you want the entire philosophy of everything, I encourage you to buy that book, but it's to actually practice, you don't need it. But if you want to get it, there it is. It's available on Amazon. Sorry that. We have this is our website, the Black Synagogue of Satan. And so we're on there. I'm going to start incorporating our various websites, YouTube channel. I'll have a podcast coming up, and a couple of other sites. I'm going to start connecting everything. I'm going to start linking everything up. Again, I've expressed this before. This has been 3 years in the making. We're waiting for the book to be done. I've been practicing for 25 years. I'm a high priest of Satan. I'm a black magus. My word is war. And because every magus is given a word at the ordination. Aleister Crowley had the lemma, which is will. Anton LaVey had indulgence. And Michael Aquino of the Temple of Set, he had Kepher, which means to become. Every high priest or magus, if you will, is given a word, and the word they're given at the ordination is a word on which they base their teachings. Right? My word is war. It is a war against the against religion of suppression, but also it's a war of life, right? And our battlefields are the planes of everyday existence. We're the fight for a better job, the fight to give our children a better upbringing than we had, the fight for better education. There are many forms of war, and our purpose is to demonstrate that with acts of will and with a strong mind and with the assistance of demonic power, these wars can be won, and you will succeed in your endeavors upon this earth. So that's what we're doing, kids. Yeah, so let's get started. This is just an intro. Again, this is an intro. This is what we're going to be doing. We'll be covering everything from meditation to communication to satanic ritual. We're also going to have talk about satanic ritual magic, how it works, how to do it, satanic frame right, how to call the 4 evil kings of the 4 corners of the earth. We are also going to cover again the demon call, which the demon call is going to be the ritual where actually after communication is established with the demons, you're gonna go down there. You're gonna go down there and you're gonna bring that. You're gonna bring it up, and it will merge with them, and you have communication with it, guidance and assistance for the rest of your life. But you must stay the course. Yeah. So therefore, it's a complete compendium of practice unnecessary to anybody. There are 10 degrees of initiation. By the end of this course, you will have established communication. You will have achieved a 7th degree Black Adept. There are 10 degrees of initiation again, and yeah, and that's pretty far in spiritual advancement to make it to the 7th degree or to Black Adept or a Adeptus Major, I believe, in some lodges. I have to double check on that. I forget they have the Latin stuff. So yeah. So I'll double check on that. But yes. So that is our purpose. And if you traverse this path with me, I promise that you will see, you will hear, and you will know for yourself, and never again will need a religion. Hail Satan.